Business travel and meetings can go awry at the last minute for a whole lot of reasons. And I want to give you two examples. A proposed trip from myself to Nigeria and a proposed trip to Chile. Well, you do your homework, don't you? And you know, because you're a business major, that world events influence thought, and you have to think at a real high level. Nigeria received its independence from Great Britain as a colony in 1960 and has had a series of military rulers ever since. Also, there is instability in payment structure. And worse, there is a huge problem between Shell Oil and the villagers where the oil is produced, lots of stress and lots of tension. I prepared. I thought, okay, I need to know a little bit about this history of Shell in Nigeria, and I did. I read different press accounts. And then I thought, okay, what should I expect in the negotiation and discussion? First, there was a communal sense of ownership. And that is one of the reasons, the underlying reason for our bad reputation at the time in Nigeria. Another cultural difference is Nigerians want results immediately. They want to see the bang for the buck sooner than later. But when you're in the oil industry, you really do have to think strategically, like how long will that oil be in the ground? I anticipated a challenge. You're under stress because of the Nigerian emphasis on continuous improvement, instant results, and awareness of competition. Well, I can tell you I was kind of glad when that one fell apart. Couldn't agree on pricing and couldn't agree on timing. Chile's a different story. I had traveled in so-called Latin America as a State Department official, but I'd never been to Chile, so I thought, oh, this is great. I knew the history of Chile with the military dictatorships that followed that country. I knew about the state oil company we would be dealing with, but I learned a lot more. For example, Chilean culture is very stratified. You know you're on the top and you know you're on the bottom. And there's not a lot of interaction between those social classes. So I had an assumption that the people I would be meeting would be at the top, and that was confirmed, and that the individuals that would be working in the oil fields would be at the bottom of the social ladder, and that was confirmed. I've since read that the culture has been deeply impacted and changed because of a large influx of migrants, of immigrants coming from all over Bolivia, which was my favorite country when I worked in the State Department, Colombia, Peru, Cuba, and Haiti. They're all different cultures, and they're going to have an impact on the so-called indigenous culture. Well, I think you're probably wondering, why didn't I get there? Think, what happens on the Pacific Rim? Yes, an earthquake. I was literally in my car driving from our house in the Houston metropolitan area to the airport to grab my flight. The call came in and said, "You can't go." I said, "Great, why?" And when they told me, I was stunned. And one of the first things out of my mouth is, Are they going to charge Shell for the hotel room? Well, I hope this has given you some insight about what works and doesn't work sometimes. And when you get into meeting and having to travel to another country, you have to do your homework. Thank you.